Good afternoon. During the 10 years between 2008 and 2018 makes it a decade. And I'm finding the actors and actresses who acted at the Old Town Playhouse in Traverse City, Michigan, and giving them a memory in a video for their family members, children, and especially to them, so they can look back standing on their theater stage.
Why don't you go down to the cellar and put on your costume? And bring up the easel. Is it still down there?
I think so.
Oh, now, what did I do with my pellets and brushes?
Ludwig!
Oh, Marian, Mr. Cohen! Hello, Mr. Cohen!
suppose every man has his hobby. Or do you use it as a model of some kind?
No, I just play with it.
I see. I need something to relieve my daily nerve strain. After a week on Wall Street, I'd go crazy without something like that. A lot of men, I know, have yachts.
Oh.
Just for that very reason.
Yes. I don't think it would Wall Street.
How's that?
Oh, I was just joking.
I think it's necessary for everyone to have a hobby. Of course, to me, it's more than a hobby, but my great solace is spiritualism. Spiritualism!
But I'm afraid that it's not very practical for most of us. I wouldn't make a very good showing as a wrestler.
You would make a great wrestler. You are built for it. Look! Oh, I am very sorry, but next time you wrestle, Mr. Kirby, you will, of course, not wear the glasses.
I do not intend to wrestle again, Mr. Kirby.
Oh, better sit down.
Mr. Glenn, how did you do this? And why didn't somebody stop him?
I think perhaps if you don't mind, perhaps we had better be going.
Mother!
Oh, Mrs. Kirby, please. Please don't go, Mrs. Kirby. Mr. Kirby, I have made some plain salad, scrambled eggs for you. Please, Mr. Kirby, don't go.
I am very sorry if I did something wrong, and I apologize.
I can't tell you how sorry I am.
That's quite all right.
Here.
Of course it is. Mr. Kirby, to run other people's lives, but I don't think these two young people have the same sense that you or I do.
Grandpa, will you please not do
Just talking to Mr. Kirby. You know, a cat can look at a king, Candy.
Do you want me to do that for you, Alice?
No.
You've got quite a while before that train goes, Alice.
Are you?
Certainly I am.
I don't think so. Now, what do you think you get your indigestion from? Happiness? No, sir. You get it because you spend most of your time doing things that you don't want to do.
I don't do anything I don't want to do.
Yes, you do.
That's a very easy thing to say, Mr. Van Hall, but I have spent my entire life building up my business.
Now, and what's it got you? The same kind of mail every morning, the same kind of deals, same kind of meetings, same kind of dinner, same indigestion. Now, where does the fun come in? Don't you think there ought to be something more? You must have wanted something more when you started out, Mr. Kirby. You know, we don't have much time, any of us.
What do you expect me to do? Live the way you do? Do nothing?
Well, I have a lot of fun. Yeah. I have all the time I need. I read, talk, even visit the zoo now and then. Practice my darts. Don't have to see anybody. I have enough time to spend until to notice when spring comes around. Don't see anybody I don't want to see. Don't have 6 hours of something to do before I get 1 hour to do what I want.
The matter with that? Suppose we all did it. Fine world we have. Everybody going to zoos. Don't be ridiculous, Mr. Van Hall. Who would do the work?
There's always people that do the work. You can't stop them. Inventions, they fly the ocean. There's also people ready to go down to Wall Street because they like it. But from what I've seen of you, Mr. Kirby, I don't think you're one of them. I think you're missing something.
I am not aware of missing anything.
Good afternoon. This play is Marian's Pardon, written by me, Wayne Erreca, and directed by Michael Nunn at the Studio Theater at the Depot in Traverse City, Michigan in 2010. Starring Michelle Perez, Jan Dalton, Betsy Willis, Bonnie Nee, Mike Carney, and Chris Lambdin were fabulous. The setting is in northern Michigan in 1944, during World War II, and Marian's husband was lost in battle, and an injured young soldier was finally coming home and met Marian and had a passionate affair.
Harriet, what are you talking about? The one thing this war has taught us is that people do die. Have you noticed how Mrs. Browning doesn't come outside since she lost her son? She was so proud the day he enlisted, bragged how he'd come home a hero. And one drizzly day they come knocking on her doorstep, and it's as if somebody just drained the life from her. Overnight she became an empty shell, and I don't want to be like her.
Oh, you won't be.
How do you know?
Well,
I just do. I knew it would be like this, but you know. We sat on the porch talking about our future once the war was over. Trying to convince ourselves our separation would be a brief one. His words said one thing while his eyes said another. At the train station, I gave him a picture of me. Couldn't tell him what I really wanted to say. Which was that I was going to miss him.
make yourself useful and tidy up a bit, will you? I won't be long.
Is she not feeling well?
Oh, you never can tell with her. Mabel, are you gaining weight?
No, I
don't believe so. Must be the outfit then. Well, I mean to run. Good to see you.
Nice seeing you too, Mrs. Blonsky. There are times where I feel like I could just reach out in the darkness and wrap my arms around him.
Hello.
Harriet?
Oh, what are you girls doing? Having a tea party without me? I asked you to tidy up, but I see nothing's been touched.
Yeah, we got to talking. I'm sorry.
So I just milk the cows or harvest the crops.
It's my doing, Harriet. I'm an obsessive talker, been one my whole life.
Oh, I see you brought her another dress to work on.
Yes, Mrs. Pennington's hem needs shortening.
Ugh. The trouble with darling Pennington is she cares too much what people think about her. You ever notice how she flutters about, fiddling with her dress, tugging and pulling? I swear she does it for attention. It's disgraceful, a married woman behaving that way.
I don't think she means anything by it.
Oh, she does. You should have seen her in school. When the boys would come around, she'd perk all up with bubbly smiles. Oh, it made my tea think how sweet she was. No, that woman is a phony. Was then, is now.
Really hurt.
Or was it something a little more personal?
Oh, you know, look, they will go on your boat ride for all I care. I'm not in the least bit interested, honest.
I may stop by tomorrow. I just love watching men sweat, don't you?
Aren't you afraid of what's hearing you?
No.
You're impossible.
Oh, no. I'm delightful.
Really, there's nothing to say. I don't know what you're talking about.
Of course you do. You just don't want to talk about it.
Really, there's no problems at all.
Marian, you can't keep it inside. Now, if you won't tell Sebastian, I will.
I'm not feeling well. I apologize. I'm too upset to sit any longer. I'm sorry.
Sweet, sweet morning.
Right you are.
Oh, wait, baby. Whoa, I'm dizzy.
Oh, here, sit down.
Oh, my head is swirling.
The way you go on about things, Mabel, every day is a milestone. And besides, How do we even know that what you're telling us is true?
All my stories are true.
Aren't they, Marian?
Yes, I believe so.
Well, what's she going to call you a liar?
I've never given a reason to, have you?
Now that's enough, lady.
Children to be silenced.
Now let me intervene for a moment. Harriet, what is it that you're afraid of her saying?
She knows. Ask her.
Maybe what's she concerned about?
I haven't the slightest idea.
Somebody help me here. Hey, Harriet?
It was Eugenie's last performance.
Well, what's the problem with that?
He ruptured his appendix and died 5 days later in the hospital.
That's enough, Richard. There'll be no more talk of death in this house.
All right, Harriet.
No.
Let's talk about it.
No, there will only be happy thoughts. Do you hear me? I won't have any more talk of death. Do you understand?
Yes, we hear you. We're going to change the subject now.
I'm sorry, Morgan. I really am.
One of the boys got spooked, jumped up and ran to a patch of trees, but took a short burst in the back. Watching him fall, I lost my mind, crawled on my belly to his side. Wasn't sure if he was dead or not. But I got on one knee and threw him over my shoulder and started back to the others. I wasn't sure what hit me. Suddenly I was spinning in the air and, well, the next thing I saw were two beautiful eyes staring down at me.
On the matter of polygamy, I've never met a man who satisfied me, let alone worthy enough of pleasing several women at the same time. Could we, please change the subject?
That's a very good idea. Maybe I couldn't have said it better myself.
Did you hear Ezra Pound's been arrested? I just read it in the newspaper recently.
No, what were the charges?
I heard it. It's not worth mentioning.
What, did they discover him drunk and in divorce with several women?
You've got to promise me that whenever you smell the sweet cherry blossoms carried on the wind, you'll hear me whispering in your ear how you were the love of my life, and how our baby son and I will be waiting on the other side. Can you promise me that, Marian DeMoss?
Oh, God, Dad, I can't. I promise never to forget you, Morgan. Just please come home with me.
Dear Lord, we thank you for this day, this beautiful day that we've had to work and put in our hands. We ask that you bless this food we are about to receive and open our hearts to your love. No, 1848.
Right, and you tell him what they were.
They were polygamous.
I believe what I first read on the page, and I believe everything that's come off the page. You know, I've had a lot of experience here. I've had 30 years of experience here, and so it's not just me being hopeful. This is based on my experience that we have a strong vehicle that I mean, when you came in, you saw just what we've created here. And what they do in real time with their bodies, their tools on stage, is just going to be a compliment to everything else here.
Frankly, on the matter of polygamy, I've never met a man who satisfied me, let alone worthy enough of pleasing several women at the same time. Could we, please change the subject?
That's a very good idea. Maybe I couldn't have said it better myself.
Did you hear Ezra Pound's been arrested? I just read it in the newspaper recently.
No, what were the charges?
I heard it. It's not worth mentioning.
What, did they discover him drunk and in divorce with several women? Morgan had been home on leave. Oh, he looked so handsome. And he had a sparkle of pride in his eyes I hadn't seen in a very long time. At last, his life was part of something larger than himself. And he was leaving behind a past that made him feel lesser of a man. Oh, you should have seen him there standing all tall and proud.
Block your ears.
fucking good script. And a wonderful performer himself. What was it about this script that grabbed me? Because it wasn't just me. I heard these kinds of stories from almost everyone that I talked to in the cast or associated with the production of this. Somehow this brings up very personal reminiscences, and it doesn't have to be about war. This is a family here. I think Wayne Erreca has done justice to the American family with his play.